In today's show, Bitcoin hits $44,000 after Canada emergency powers accompany 6% Bitcoin price increase. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And as Matthew Hyland shares here, Bitcoin 4-hour RSI broke out and the MACD just had a bullish cross. Now here's what everyone is talking about right now. Canada's Deputy Prime Minister says that a part of the Emergencies Act, they're broadening Canada's terrorist financing rules so they can cover crowdfunding platforms and cryptocurrencies to the Canadian Freedom Convoy. And as Preston Pish shares here, and there it is, things are starting to get spicy. What an advertisement for Bitcoin. Bitcoin equals freedom, and don't forget it. And President Nayib Bukele responded, are these the people who like to give lessons to other countries about democracy and freedom? This is one of the top ranking countries in the Democracy Index. Your credibility on these topics is now worth zero. And he also shares, the real war is not in Ukraine, it's in Canada, Australia, France, Brussels, England, Germany, Italy. They just want you to look the other way. And as Robert Breedlove shares, use unstoppable money, then you could ignore all their commands and live free. And as shared here by Samson Mao, the exact moment your national currency becomes an ish coin. And as shared here by Jimmy Song, we've been waiting for this level end boss for this cycle. I think we finally have one with the Canadian government. If they can't stop Bitcoin from going to the truckers, I think we will easily triple in price. Let's go. $150,000 Bitcoin, send it. Also in today's show, Russian ministry wants to legalize Bitcoin mining in specific areas. That's right, the proposal aims to recognize crypto mining as a commercial activity and introduce taxes on its realized profits. Also in today's show, Bitcoin traders shouldn't be fooled by geopolitical doom talk, according to top analysts, and explains why. Quoting Tech Dev right here, I get it. Geopolitical and macro doesn't look good. Doom is popular. The crowd is certain it's over. Contrarians are living on the rocks. You are angry, emotional, toxic. The charts tell me we're going a lot higher. I think we are, especially because you don't. Also in today's show, Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, points to $100,000 Bitcoin in 2023. That's right, as he shares here on Twitter, both stock to flow and logarithmic regression points to $100,000 in 2023. And Spencer Schiff responded, I think you're trying to predict the future by looking in the rearview mirror. 100,000 might happen sooner than 2023, and or the price might be much higher than 100,000 by the end of 2023. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are currently pumping and in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price? Likely to go next. Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs, along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. And if you feel like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this. And today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the #1 leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. And they have a special promo they're running right now where you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today. And their flagship products include their BlockFi interest account, where you can earn up to 8.25% APY with no minimum balance and no hidden fees. The other flagship product includes their BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can get 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases within your first 90 days, and then get an unlimited 1.5% Bitcoin back on everything you purchased thereafter. And they also offer crypto-backed loans. That's right, borrow funds against your crypto at rates as low as 4.5% APR, and there are no prepayment penalties. There's no impact to your credit, and you can receive the funds the same business day, truly making this a no-brainer. So go ahead and click the link in the description right down below and get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today. And let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. How's it going, crypto fam? I'm your host, JV. Another beautiful day in the crypto market. Bitcoin opted for fresh upside on February 15th as a trip to near 40,000 saw an abrupt change in direction, which you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart, looking bullish as a mofo. Now, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin gaining swiftly overnight into Tuesday, going on to pass 44K, a classic relative strength index known as RSI breakout. This time on the lower 4-hour time frame preceded the move, which put the pair at a full 6% higher versus Monday's lows, as Matthew Hyland points out here. Bitcoin 4-hour RSI broke out and the MACD just had a bullish cross. In Trader Phoenix shares, I do think these are the first signs of a trend break. Yes, I mean a bullish MSB with this potential higher high. Higher low needs confirmation with a new high above 45,500. As said multiple times before, 45,500 is absolutely key. So there you have it. Now the uptick appeared to have an external trigger. As part of the ongoing events in Canada's Freedom Convoy protests, the government announced it would expand anti-money laundering surveillance to cover crypto transactions, quoting them here. These changes cover all forms of transactions, including digital assets and cryptocurrencies, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland said at the press conference. Now the protests had long been a topic of heated debate in Bitcoin and crypto circles in light of the highly controversial actions by crowdfunding platform GoFundMe and the subsequent hack of GiveSendGo and the alternatives used to send donations to protest participants. And as with last month's mooted ban on crypto use by Russia, the effect on Bitcoin was ultimately anything but negative. Meanwhile, Bitcoin services began to set up to offer continued support to the movement, among them the open source BTC Pay Payment Gateway, as they share here on Crypto Twitter. Dear all, got you covered. Learn how to set up a crowdfund campaign while enjoying the mellow voice. And this was in response to President Nayib Bukele's reaction. Are these the people who like to give lessons to other countries about democracy and freedom? This is one of the top-ranking countries in the Democracy Index. Your credibility on these topics is now worth zero. Amen. I couldn't agree more. And checking out some of the other interesting responses from Preston Pish. And there it is. Things are starting to get spicy. What an advertisement for Bitcoin. Bitcoin equals freedom. And don't forget it. And Nayib Bukele also shared right here, the real war is not in the Ukraine. It's in Canada, Australia, France, Brussels, England, Germany, Italy. They just want you to look the other way. He's preaching facts. And also shared here, the exact moment your national currency becomes an ish coin. Shout out to Samson Mao, who's running for mayor a Bitcoin city. And Jimmy Song shares, we've been waiting for this level end boss for this cycle. I think we finally have one with the Canadian government. If they can't stop Bitcoin from going to the truckers, I think we can easily triple in price. I'd love to see Bitcoin triple in value. How about yourself? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss the altcoins, which just reawakened. More positive news came from the altcoin space, which on Monday had traded flat with almost no movement among major tokens. That quickly changed as Bitcoin rose, with Ethereum up nearly 8% at the time of this recording, and out of the top 10 cryptos by market cap. Similar gains were afforded to Binance Coin Solana as well as Avalanche. And before I break down next story of the day, Russian ministry wants to legalize Bitcoin mining in specific areas. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are either in the green or forest green, which I love to see, with Bitcoin up almost 5% for the day, maintaining just above $44,000. We have Ether up about 8%, trading at about $3,100. Solana up 10%, trading at $102. Polkadot up 7.5%, trading at $19.72, and Chainlink up 7%, trading at $16.75. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Amid the Russian government continuing working out a regulatory regime for digital assets, a federal ministry has made another proposal regarding the crypto mining industry. That's right, Russia's Ministry of Economic Development has greenlighted the concept of crypto mining regulation in the country, proposing to allow mining operations in areas with sustainable surplus in electricity generation, local news agency reported on Tuesday. Now, as a part of the proposal, the ministry suggested introducing lower fees for setting up mining farms and data centers in specific Russia's areas, as well as offering reduced energy rates for such facilities. Now, the ministry also wants to establish a power use limit for mining by individuals, reportedly proposing to introduce higher energy rates for increased energy spending. The authority is yet to determine a threshold amount for this, the report notes. And according to the ministry, the newly proposed rules would remove the risk of insufficient power supply for housing, social facilities, and infrastructure in other regions of the country. And additionally, the ministry reportedly proposed recognizing crypto mining as a commercial activity and introducing taxes on realized profits from cryptocurrency mining. And the latest proposal comes amid the ongoing uncertainty over crypto regulation in Russia, with different parts of the government still arguing on how to regulate the king of all crypto. And as previously reported, Russia's finance ministry has been advocating for regulating the crypto industry, while the Russian central bank has been aggressively insisting to ban crypto transactions. Ooh, I wonder why. Maybe it puts them out of business. Just saying. Now, citing investor protection risk, which we all know is nothing more than FUD, as the government formally approved the concept of crypto regulation on February 8th, Bank of Russia's governor, Elvira, subsequently declared that the bank did not support the state's decision and will continue to oppose crypto adoption in Russia. Good luck with that. Now, the government and the central bank reportedly expected to introduce a joint crypto regulation bill by this Friday, which is going to be interesting to hear. Now, some major state-backed financial institutions in Russia have supported the idea of regulating crypto in the country recently, including deputy chairman of the executive board at Russia's banking giant, SBER, reportedly voiced the company's support of regulating the industry rather than banning it. Quoting him here, "Our position coincides with the position of the government that cryptos should be regulated, not banned. Effective regulation is needed to allow citizens and organizations to legally acquire cryptocurrency, taking into account AML mechanisms and taxation." So there you have it. Let the mass Bitcoin game theory around the world continue. I want to give a quick shout out to Waves.exchange and their liquidity pools. For those of you not familiar with Waves.exchange, it's a decentralized crypto exchange in the Waves ecosystem. The exchange has been successfully operating since 2017. This is the easiest way to access DeFi. You could also invest and trade crypto with the lowest fees. Some of their features include anonymity and privacy, control over your funds, transparency, as well as governance by users. So go ahead and click the link in the description right down below to check out their liquidity pools for yourself. And please note, this is a paid sponsorship, so please do your own research. And before I break down next story of the day, Bitcoin traders shouldn't be fooled by geopolitical doom talk, according to top crypto analysts, and explains why. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting back above $1.7 trillion with about $63 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. The current Bitcoin dominance is 41% even, with the Ether dominance at 18.7%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100 cryptocurrencies for the past week, there's just a handful. We have Theta Fuel up 13.7%, DFI up 8%, Leo up 25.5%, and Clay up 5.8%. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 46 out of 100 in fear. Yesterday was a 46, last week a 48, and last month a 21 in extreme fear. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. One widely followed crypto analyst says that Bitcoin traders don't need to be concerned about ongoing geopolitical tensions, as the charts may be telling a different story. The synonymous analyst known as Tech Dev, shout out to Tech Dev, tells his 362,000 Twitter followers that while macroeconomic and geopolitical factors are suggesting uncertainty in these markets, he says he prefers to go against the consensus, and I agree with him 100%, as he shares here. Good morning, I get it. Geopolitical and macro doesn't look good. Doom is popular. The crowd is certain it's over. Contrarians are living under rocks. You are angry, emotional, toxic. The charts tell me we're going a lot higher. I think we are, especially because you don't. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. And he also adds, note, it won't be a straight line. We won't get to $100,000 tomorrow. Could be lower. I don't care. I'm investing, not trading. Do not open a 100x position based on my opinion. Respect those that share their views and take responsibility for the choices you make. Touche. And to support his thesis, the crypto analyst points out several indicators signaling a Bitcoin bull run on the horizon. TechDev says he's looking at the relative strength index known as the RSI, a momentum indicator, as well as other metrics, including dormancy flow, which depicts the activity of old coins, and the stablecoin supply ratio, which compares the market cap of stablecoins to the king of all crypto. And according to the crypto analyst, these technical indicators suggest that Bitcoin is likely at the tail end of a year-long corrective period. Quoting the analyst here, while Bitcoin has not impulsed since early 2021, we have wave symmetry, declining volume, tops at blue with price below since, corrective RSI, dormancy flow plus near bottom, SSR oscillator down plus near bottom. We're ending a year plus correction, not starting one. So there you have it. I agree with this analyst. I feel we're just getting started. Let me know if you agree or disagree below. And zooming out on the SSR, the analyst reiterates that it reached a level strongly suggesting that Bitcoin has bottomed out and is gearing up for more rallies. As he shares here, this Bitcoin cycle's impulses and corrections visualized by the stablecoin supply ratio oscillator, ready for the next wave. Send it. And before I break down our final story of the day, Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, points to $100,000 Bitcoin in 2023. But before I break this down, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store, now live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a daily letter which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to help support the channel. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Bitcoin is heading towards 6 figures by the end of the year, according to both the stock-to-flow model and the logarithmic regression asserted, the man behind them, Plan B. This comes despite the recent failures of the stock-to-flow and the analysts' worst case scenario. Now, Plan B recently posted another somewhat favorable prediction in terms of Bitcoin's price trajectory by tapping both the stock-to-flow and the logarithmic regression. The analyst suggested that the primary crypto will reach a 6-digit price tag by the end of 2023. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, both stock-to-flow and logarithmic regression points to $100,000 in 2023. Now, naturally, this post has already gotten a lot of controversy, as Plan B once called for a $100,000 Bitcoin price by the end of 2021. So Spencer Schiff, son of the notorious Peter Schiff, responded, "I think you're trying to predict the future by looking in the rearview mirror. 100,000 might happen sooner than 2023, and or the price might be much higher than 100,000 by the end of 2023. And Plan B responded to Spencer, "I explicitly try not to do that by also looking at other assets like gold, stock-to-flow ratio about 60, market value 10 trillion, and real estate, stock-to-flow ratio about 100 with the market value 100 trillion. It would really surprise me if Bitcoin will have a lower market value than gold after the next halving when Bitcoin stock-to-flow is 100 plus." And someone else responded to Plan B, "What concerns me is that the Bitcoin price is constantly below stock-to-flow model since the last halving, and it's the most sound model I know. How would you explain that trend?" Plan B responded, "It does not concern me yet, but it certainly leads to the question, do we need to refit the model to this new lower data, or do we have to be patient and finish this cycle first, because prices can go higher in the second half of the cycle, bringing the average back to $100,000. And then someone else said, "When you mean refit, you basically mean move the goalpost again and change the model so that it will still somehow make your prediction correct. Why not just say 100,000 by 2030, and when it inevitably happens, the claim will be seen as it's still correct, falls within the second standard deviation?" And Plan B responded, "Move the goalpost again. When do you think I moved goalposts? Formula and coefficients only changed once. When I updated March 2019 formula on monthly data with lost coin correction that predicted 55,000 to yearly data without lost coin correction with a prediction of $100,000. And the dude responded, "I respect your work. Didn't realize the last change was March 2019, but I still find 2 standard deviations far too wide of a band to use a model in a meaningful way to predict any outcomes. Also, model takes scarcity into consideration, but nothing on demand, which is a huge factor." So there you have it. What are your thoughts on a $100,000 Bitcoin price? When do you feel we're likely to hit this target? I feel it's still in play by June of this year, but that's just me. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss the previous misses and failures. Now the stock-to-flow model sees the stock as the size of existing reserves or stockpiles, and the flow as the annual supply of new Bitcoins in circulation. It started to gain a lot of traction amongst the Bitcoin bulls, as it was quite accurate until recently and provided highly positive price predictions, so it's important to point that out. However, one of those forecasts envisioned Bitcoin going to and beyond 6 figures by the end of last year, which obviously did not come to life, and as such, the number of stock-to-flow critics increase. Now, Plan B had another model, which he called the floor model, or worst case scenario, that showcased high accuracy for several months in a row, which was pretty incredible. However, it was also broken in November and December of last year, as it projected Bitcoin prices of $98,000 for the former and $135,000 at the end of the latter. Now, despite those misses, Plan B seems fairly certain that Bitcoin will inevitably reach a 6-figure price territory, even if it takes a few more years than previously expected. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding his new updated target for the stock-to-flow of $100,000 in 2023? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin hits $44,000 after Canada emergency powers a company a 6% Bitcoin price increase. We also discussed Russian ministry wants to legalize Bitcoin mining in specific areas, as well as Bitcoin traders shouldn't be fooled by geopolitical doom talk, according to top crypto analysts. And we also discussed Plan B updating his stock-to-flow model, now pointing to $100,000 Bitcoin in 2023. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode, Nathan Redmond wrote, being able to properly pronounce the word catastrophe would be a good way to sound more professional in the world of investing and finance. My apologies, you got me. I read catastrophe numerous times, so I appreciate you pointing it out. I'm probably reading 20,000 words per show, and sometimes I mess up and make mistakes, so thanks for calling me on my ish. Now for the next featured comment comes from eCoin. Aloha JV, great show. Keep up the good work. Always look forward to starting my week off right with crypto news alerts. Cheers, fam. Always a great pleasure. Appreciate your support. Let's go. Now for the third and final featured comment comes from Cabot Gatlin. Don't be like Larry, by far the funniest video about crypto. Agreed 100%, my favorite crypto commercial too, hands down, so shout out to FTX. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below, or it would be a catastrophe. Just saying.